Hey, everybody! Welcome back to Threefold Talk.
Hey!
What's up?
How we doing? Lots of nods. Lots of nods. So much excitement, folks. They're just like bobbing with energy. You know?
Just overflowing. Actually, today, I think it was mostly Leigh-A's post, like panicked me into being like, oh my god, JohnCon's in a week. For so long, like I didn't know if I was gonna be able to go, and you know, we kind of just like committed, you know, that we were going, like somewhat recently, but I didn't plan anything, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this, and all of Leigh-A's like prep posts, like were like feeding my like want to like, oh, and then Sulin was messaging me because Sulin's got plans and they're gonna be amazing, and then I was like, I have no time for any of this because the thing I really have to do is clean my house. So sad. Because I was like, what can I get done in the next 3 days? Nothing.
Yeah. See, this is why you just need to have, like, because I'm sure it's your family that's coming to watch. But
yeah, my in-laws are coming, so which is why it makes it even more important that I clean my house.
Yeah, so like my friend who's coming to watch the cats, like it's Olivia's mom. You guys have met Olivia. So and she and I just have this mutual rule that like we don't clean house for each other. It's just like life is hard enough, and we've been friends for so long, and like who are we fucking pretending to? So
yeah, like, I think for literally every other person in my life, I would be like, sorry, my house is messy, bye. And then, but I can't do that right now.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, they're getting older, and it's like a big deal that they, like, we even get them out of their house to come here. So it's like a very big gift that they come and watch our kids, our crazy, energetic children. And they are very much introverts. If you guys have met Doyle in real life, he's an introvert. They're like even more introverted than he is.
Oh, wow.
So it's like a big gift, and they keep their house very clean. So I just don't want to stress. It's more about like not wanting them to stress them out, you know.
Patrick says, Mel, you have tiny IE. Or give them a $5. That's like $5, by the way. A couple of cans of soda, easy peasy. Sorted.
Yeah, no, definitely. The cleaning the house is a full family commitment. Everyone's involved, but yes,
no.
I live with chaos people, and
this is true.
I just let go. I just, you know, there are fights I don't fight, and that's not.
Noma God makes a good point. That anyone who's not having people watch their house while they're away, who's just like, I'm going away, I'm just gonna leave it to them. Make sure you clean out the fridge. You don't want to come back and open the fridge and be like, oh, what did I leave in there a week ago? So yeah, that's a very good tip.
Smart.
Yeah, that is smart. I promise neither of you ever have to clean should I randomly house sit for you and you're going somewhere without me.
No,
not really sure how that's gonna work. I think it would all be like co-traveling together somehow, so it's not like we would leave you behind. So, but I understand. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Nice. Right. So Mel has panic prep to do before JordanCon, mostly around the house. Yeah, we'll call that. Leigh-A, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. I'm actually not doing what I normally do before cons, and my costume I'm actually making a costume this time. It's a little bit further behind schedule than I wanted it to be, mostly because I couldn't find the push pedal for my sewing machine because I put it somewhere special, of course.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
So tore my apartment apart. So I cleaned my apartment to get in the headspace. And you guys know me, like I'm not a cleaner, but I was like, I need my apartment to be clean so I can make the headspace to make this costume. I did that. And then tore it apart looking for this fucking the
Oh, no.
like because I know I put it somewhere special, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I need to move on, so maybe I'll hand sew the entire thing. That's not going to work, but I'm sure I'll find it eventually. Went to look for the embroidery thread to like sew some stuff together, and guess where the fucking pedal was? With the embroidery thread, because obviously that's where the pedal for the sewing machine should be.
I mean,
so I found that yesterday, and I was just like,
you found
I'm going to throw this sewing machine. It's going to get chucked across the room.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Wow, that is, yeah.
So I can move on. But real quick, I'll give you guys again, gross apartment, but sneak peek. There is the start of my Leigh-A costume. So
it's like a really good sneak peek because it blends in with the wall, so we almost can't quite see what's going on. Very clever, very smart, very clever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I will not be sharing pictures. I'm taking a lot of pictures. I want it to be a surprise when I get there. So I will share all the pictures afterwards, I promise. But yeah, I'm really excited. And this is what Mel was talking about, because I've basically been sharing with them, because I have to obviously I need to I can't get it to work, and here's 10 pictures of the same thing and the 10 different tries.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I love that. That is hilarious.
How are you, Rob?
I'm doing pretty good. I want to do a quick shout out. There's all the foldies are here, just
I know,
having, crazy chat on the go. I love this from Elfwitch. Please tell us, what is your other hobby? Because you can't FOMOCon. Because you've got a convention for your other hobby next weekend. So
I didn't know we were allowed to have other hobbies.
Yeah, please tell us, how do you manage that? That feels like an entire that feels like a con panel right there. How I manage 2 hobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to incorporate your hobbies into the Jordanness. So the Wheel of Timeness. So sewing. And actually this is something that I'm very impressed with, is a lot of people do incorporate their hobbies into their love of Wheel of Time. So they just kind of merge them all together.
What are you talking about right now?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Could you be talking about?
I'm lost.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
It's fine. You don't have to know.
Okay.
If you know, you know.
Fair. Other hobby is singing in an a cappella chorus competitively.
Ooh.
Barbershop, specifically Sweet Headlines. Oh my god.
That is badass.
So your group will be entering a what parody this year?
Please. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Amazing. A barbershop.
Yes, see, exactly. That's what I'm saying. All the worlds can merge.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's so cool.
Dane Lou has a tip for the sewing. The pedal for the sewing machine stays taped to the stool because her legs are too short for the table. Oh, Dana. Oh, we love you.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
And Dash would like to give a huge shout out to Leigh-A, by the way, for completing her What reread early this year. Because you can read a lot. I mean, I've been impressed with the reread. You've been posting about it
That's nice.
I promise. So on this show, after JordanCon, I will tell you the reason that I have been reading it so quickly and taking aggressive notes. So I promise you guys, I'm still working on the project. It's not quite done yet, but there is a reason I've been doing that. I know I've been teasing folks, but I will, there will be a formal announcement. It will be here because Rob is going to be hosting it on his channel. So that's our teaser for today.
I'm excited because I am lost at the moment. I don't know what you're talking about.
Leigh-A came to me.
I would like everyone to know that in the time span that Leigh-A has probably done 4 rereads, I've almost finished 1 reread.
Yeah, I think I've been doing a reread
currently
for about
on
2 years
The Gathering Storm. And honestly, I keep meaning to tell him, but I'm pretty sure that Moradin and I have basically the same reread, like we're almost in sync. Because I see him post random things about books, and I'm like, is that where he is on his reread? That's where I'm at. But it's been going on for like, and I'm not kidding, like 3 years. I've been like, I'm at the same place as him. I really think we're like in sync. Like, so, not like, planned, but
Maury's very good for like bugging people. Like, oh, I need packing, Maury. Like, which is, he checks in regularly to be like, hey, you've got 45 days. Hey, you've got 40 days. Now you're on 35 days. Like, you and Maury both need like a reread nudge person, don't you?
I don't think so. I've just been enjoying the fact that we're just like organically, like the weave of the pattern has aligned such that our rereads are like in sync and flowing at the same rate. I think there's something beautiful about that. There's nothing planned about it. I just appreciate
it's like your periods have sunk up, but it's your
exactly.
Yeah,
for 3 years.
3 years.
Which is
the word?
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
If anyone I wanted to sync a period with, it would be Maury. No, actually, I take that back. That's a terrible idea. Oh.
Sorry, Maury. Fresh out of luck there.
We can sync other ways. Book reading.
With your reread. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So sorry, going back to the original question there. What am I up to? I've been prepping to go to the Olivier's this weekend. I picked up my suit today. I still need to pick up my shirt and shoes because I don't have a shirt that works with this suit. So I'm going to get a new shirt, which I kind of expected. And I needed shoes because my other shoes were crappy, so I got rid of them when I moved house. So yeah, I gotta go get that.
Are we gonna get to see Dapper Rob? You gonna show us pictures?
Well, you might get Dapper Rob. You might get Dapper Rob and Dapper Elliot on the blue carpet because part of going
Rob,
to the Olivier's.
Remind us exactly if anybody didn't catch it last week or the week before, whenever we talked about it. Remind us what the Olivier's are, what you're doing, why you're going,
right,
and why it's important to us. Like why
that's fair,
community care.
Because we care about Rob, Leigh-A.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
The Olivier's are a set of awards given out to shows, stage shows here in the UK. Kind of like the Oscars, you have to be part of a specific, but Tony's. I mean, in principle, like you have to be a member of the Oscars to win an Oscar. You have to be a member of the Academy, to win an Oscar. You have to be, your stage show has to be at a certain theatre, or set of theatre, to be eligible to win these. But yeah, they're like the Tonys in effect. So Sulin works for the company that puts it together. So Sulin obviously is part of that and goes and was able to get Elliot and myself tickets. So we get to go. Cool. We get to walk the blue carpets, all the celebs in that walk as well. We don't get to pose for the press, obviously.
I think you should walk the carpet. I think you should walk the carpet like you're like aloof and don't care.
Right.
And then everyone will be like, who's that?
Yeah.
We should know who he is. Quick, who is that?
And then we get to watch the show. And the reason we're excited about going and doing that is because some of the Watt cast members that have been doing stage shows over the past year are up for awards. So Sophia Canedo is up for her role as Medea, which we got to go see last year, which was incredible. And Donald Finn is up as part of Hadestown because Hadestown has been nominated for Best Musical Revival.
Not Donald Finn specifically, but the whole production.
Yeah. And his co-star, actually, she's up for a role that she did in a different show as Best Actress, I believe. And I'm sure there was something else I missed in there. So, no, it's not the BAFTAs. The BAFTAs is the British Association of Film and Television.
Dear dude. Why am I forgetting his name?
Hamid.
Yes, I was also forgetting. Oh God, what? Loyal. Wow.
Loyal.
It's been a day. How did I forget Loyal? Okay, yeah, it's that type of day.
That's okay. I'm sure there'd be more. Like Becky would know.
He got nominated for something also.
Right, yeah, there were a few. Now here's the really fun thing, and it's kind of making up for the fact that we went during previews and he wasn't there. Typically, those that are up for musical awards do a performance, and Sulan has managed to confirm that Hadestown, the cast of Hadestown, will be doing a performance at the Olivier's on Sunday. So I will get to see Donal actually perform on stage, as opposed to what we went to see in previews, and he was too busy filming in South Africa. So it's
Or is he in
nice.
South Africa? Like, why would you go there? That's so lame.
I know, right?
When he should be there for you, so that you can watch
Yeah.
him.
But I'm going to give him shit about it because as part of our entry, Elliot and I get to go to the after party with all the stars afterwards. So we're going to go hang out, obviously, and party and drink and enjoy the very open bar, apparently, at the National History Museum, which is a very, very cool museum, by the way, folks. If you're in London, please go to the National History
Your
Museum.
life is insane.
I know.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, Elliot and I will do that. And we're just going to have a great time and hang out with Becky and just party the night away. I will be doing as much as I can because obviously I can't have my phone out during the show.
Yeah.
But I will there is a section where if you're not a celebrity, you can hang out and take selfies and stuff. You're on the carpet, blah blah blah. So Elliot and I'm gonna be like, hey, quick, let's go live on something for 2 minutes or whatever, and be like, hey, here we are at the Olivier's, and shit like that. And I hopefully won't be too bad, but I'm drunk posting stuff afterwards.
That's
I'm
amazing.
trying to keep that real good, rather
That's
than just be
amazing.
like. But yeah,
We
I
are
can-
going to
I
be
can prepare for
thrilled to see it.
That's so cool. I hope you get to meet Donal, and I hope you
And Sophie,
how
I've-
much we love him.
I've been manifesting on three-wheeling that Rosamund will go to support Sophie because they're clearly besties, and so Rosamund will be there, and then we get to hang out with Rosamund and Sophie and Donal. I'm just manifesting that. So yeah,
I love this
you know.
manifestation. I want this for you.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Totally agree.
That'd be amazing.
So that's the weekend I got coming up. So I'm getting ready for that. I got a train down to London on Sunday morning. So.
Do you know if the Olivier's are being streamed anywhere, or can we get the Foldies to maybe do a quick Google research and see if we could post a link somewhere?
I don't believe we get streamed.
The Tony
or is it
being
being
shown? I
shown?
wonder if the Olivier's do. Probably on the BBC,
I'm sure they will. So, anyways,
which we cannot
somewhere.
access.
Foldies
No, you can't
challenge. Get us a link to where people might be able to watch it.
Right.
Down, and maybe we'll see Rob and Elliot, and I'm guessing Sulan's going to be backstage, but see you two in the crowd, maybe in a
Maybe.
maybe
You never know.
I mean, you're gonna stand out.
Elliot and I kind of have the fun decision to make, because those that are performing will need to go early on the blue carpet so they can then get ready to perform, whereas obviously the bigger stars arrive later. So Elliot and I have to decide how early we go or how late we go, depending on if we want to catch Donal and such, or go later and possibly bump into Sophie, and others like that. So it's Elliot and I will work that out. So Winter Lady, this is going to be on Sunday. So I believe the Olivier's kick off at about 6 p.m. So 1 p.m. Eastern. Just thinking the time difference there. So, and I love this, Patrick. I don't know what you mean by me going big time. I just get lucky, get to go to these places. Not a thing.
Yeah, he just gets lucky a lot, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so that's how I'm doing. Now we've hung out 20
amazing.
minutes and talked about all that. Shall we talk about some news?
Oh yeah.
And Noma Garden's come in. Thank you, Noma Garden. Apparently there will be no stream, but there will be highlights shown later. So you never know.
Thank you, Norman Garden.
You know what?
I will. Yes.
I think Norman Garden deserves a butt rock for this one.
Yeah,
butt
give
rock
him
that
some
one?
butt.
Give him some butt. All right.
Butt that man.
Butt that man. Boom. He can even get the vocal butt.
Butt rock.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Extra buddy.
Extra buddy.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's extra buttery. Maybe that should
Oh,
be.
yeah, that's
Oh my
actually
god,
funny.
news!
Let's do the news. Let's do the news.
Spear brothers and sisters,
It is time to cover up your face.
for the wheel of time has news, and we shall dance the spears with it.
This is the Daily Veil.
Okay, Daily Veil time, folks.
I'm sorry,
What?
but Dash just said he's
Yeah,
cooking. He's cooking prawns and garlic.
Garlic.
Butt.
butter.
I mind all of that. Are you kidding?
All right, let's
News.
start it with news. Todd, one of our favorite artists, is up to a very fun stage in his drawing one picture for every chapter challenge. He is on, where is he up now? Like book 5? Yeah, book 5.
He's on Fires of Heaven, the best book,
Fires
which
of
is all,
Heaven.
why all his pictures are fire.
And yeah, here we go. His picture of. I'm just, yeah.
I really want this shirt, and I know how many people it will disturb to look at the shirts, but it'd be like, you have to understand this is the best thing ever.
It's very impressive, isn't it? I just love how chill Matt is. Like, I'm just bottle of wine, easy, like easy
He's
going chill.
also just like, fuck my life, I didn't want to be here. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little fuck my life for sure.
Mhm.
I don't really get chill vibes from him. Maybe
Yeah,
he's
oh,
just
fair enough.
drunk. I don't know.
Maybe he's just drunk. Folks, if you're not aware, you can get merch from Todd with all of the designs. You can just pick them.
I don't think so. It's
No?
just select ones that he puts on Redbubble for you to
Okay.
order.
He recently posted about it. So if you go to his Twitter page.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Click that. Click that. Click that.
click that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
But
that'll be it.
only do that. Don't get those shirts or whatever, your merch from anywhere else but his page, because
Yeah.
it will be people.
The
Copying
spammers
his
are
art and-
nuts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So go to the artist, do that. He's amazing. He's wonderful.
Yeah.
And,
So
and
that-
Rob, we've
that's,
asked him to do the show, right? But he just like time zones are not working out.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
between his work schedule and time zones, Todd is just not. He's not available. Sadly, he
We
asked.
need to remember, Foldies. Here's a new challenge for you. Help us remember that when we're doing like water holiday or anything else not during this time, that like
Yeah.
Todd needs to be. Dana Lou, I'm looking at you. Todd needs to be on like the top of our invite list. Help us remember, because we never remember, and we say it.
We always
Definitely more
remember
than once.
it's like the week before, and it's way too late to do anything about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah, and we say it in chat to each other, like in our private chat to each other, and then we are flush with ideas because we are
This is
ideas
true.
people, and we
I'm glad you
forget
said that.
90% of the ideas. So
I'm glad
So
you said
remind
that,
us.
because I was just thinking earlier today. I was just like, oh, do I need to start planning What a Holiday already? Because it is our 5th year doing What a Holiday.
amazing.
Yeah. So the 5th you must give us, folks. But I'm just like, do I need
Yes.
to like?
That is
do
the
extra
theme.
planning?
That is the theme of this What a Holiday. The 5th you shall give us.
Yes, the 5th you shall give us, or the 5th we shall take from you, and
The fish. No, it could be the fish. The 5th we shall give somebody. Who are we giving it to?
Yes, help us give the fifth to someone. I like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's give the fifth. Oh, okay, that makes it sound nicer. Not so much.
Yeah,
so much
because that's kind of the point of Wild Holiday.
Like
This
everybody
is
got
true, yeah.
mad about that whole Isle War thing, and we took the fifth, and they're like, "Oh, you're stealing from us." And it's like you guys take way more when you go through. Whatever.
Yeah, there was like a
Yeah.
trial about that or something. So
Yeah,
there
it was-
was.
people get upset about
Somebody
things.
might have been on that trial and won it.
anyway,
Yeah.
Todd is amazing. Go
Yes.
support Todd because we love Todd.
Yep.
And eventually we will get Todd on some show sometime. Because
Eventually.
we love him.
Eventually.
I am waiting for what chapter 35 brings.
Yes. We need a special. Yeah, we do have an external memory. It's very very
We are.
helpful feature.
We are one USB stick short of
Yeah.
hard drive.
Well, I love that. We also had, while we talk about things that match, we had the third
Amazing.
episode
I was gonna
of
dash.
Three-Wheeling drop today. No, earlier this week. So yesterday. So we're on the third episode now, which we titled Naked Henny, Drunk Juliet, and Why Matt is a Hero. It's a lot of fun. So we last time on our second episode we talked about Rafe's original pilot, or like the original one that we the most early one that you could actually find. Obviously not his original one, because he probably kept that to himself until he got one flushed out with Amazon and such, and Sony or whatever. So we thought we'd then like actually chat about episode 1 itself, but it's not just chatting about the episode. We ended up like getting pretty in depth on a few things, and sharing some knowledge that people didn't have.
But you guys go deep.
No, maybe a little deep.
You go like real deep.
Real deep. So
Deep,
I
deep.
wonder if I can I play the sound of this? I'm sure if I got
Deep.
that would help.
I did not
And as
know
you,
that.
here we go. Let's play. Side note: they were interviewed after the viewing, the premiere, and Rosamund did say that this was the very first day that her and Daniel filmed together. This was the first scene they filmed together, and Daniel Henney was completely naked. Yes.
I did not
And as
know
he,
that.
as he walked up those steps and down into that tub, he was perfectly in Rosamund's eye line as he did it. Shall we say. And Rosamund
I mean,
was
that's
just like,
jumping into the deep end in terms of your relationship.
a
or
working
relationship.
yeah.
They went deep.
Also,
yeah, we,
Rob, can I plug you guys' Instagram account real quick? And like, I don't know if it's your TikTok.
yeah, the Instagram. We have to thank Meg for this. I think
So on their Instagram, one thing that I really love watching is you guys have a cocktail that you do each episode, right?
Yes.
And
This is-
so it's
Go for
Meg that Meg makes the cocktail and explains how she does it and talks about the ingredients and like sometimes she infuses vodka with Earl Grey tea and talks about that. So,
I get it because it's about ponds.
they name the cocktail for the Wheel of Time, so it's a Wheel of Time themed cocktail. But
Yeah.
it's kind of fun
So
and cool.
another Reester joke. Okay, cool.
1 second.
Yeah.
I'm having. Here we go. I found it now. Yeah. So the cocktail from Meg does a different one every episode. The cocktail from this episode is the what did she call this one? The red something?
A bitter red.
a bitter red. There we go.
Bitter red.
I can read. It's
Yes.
on your
yes.
Instagram post. It says a bitter red.
Yeah, it does say that there. Yeah, thank you. And Meg actually records herself making the cocktail. And yeah, I mean, you could see it. She tells us about it on the stream, and she's actually like got it in front of us. Like we record on video for patrons to watch. So, but yeah, these have been fun. Meg's put these together completely by herself, and she's like, I don't know how to do this. Is this okay? And like, this is what she's put together. She's brilliant. So
It's amazing. I've really been enjoying it. Cocktail making ASMR.
yeah.
Ooh. Love it. That's so cool.
It's so because Jen and I just turn up and be like, we brought a beer, you know. And Meg's like, I made a cocktail, like a whole 9 yards. She's very impressive.
Amazing.
So yeah,
That's
I do
awesome.
love it. Thank you, Meg, for those. But yeah, please go check out the podcast. It's not quite everywhere yet. We're still not fighting. We're still waiting for Apple to like get us added in properly. And apparently, like, we're not on Downcast, which is another podcasting app just yet. But I'm chasing these things. Some of them probably have like minimum episode counts and things like that before they put them up. But we are on things like Spotify. We are on, obviously, uploading to YouTube as well. You know, so we're on like most of the other big ones. I would say Google, but that's apparently disappeared now. So, but yeah. What other things do we have? I think that was all like the low-key stuff, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That was the low-key.
Yes.
Excuse me.
So the main one, I love the chat. Patrick, I can see Jin and Campari and I'm puckering, and Meg's like, it is bitter, Patrick. I love that chat. Okay.
Actually, Patrick, I'm going to throw this back at you, like, because sometimes you can be better. So that might be the perfect thing to do.
Sometimes
Or
you need
actually,
something
like,
to
you
fit your mood.
Yeah, or you might need something like sweet to sweeten you up a little bit. Because I love your sassy, bitter sarcasm.
Yeah, Patrick.
That's true. So just the not low key stuff. Dana.
Low. Not Norse mythology, not MCU.
Not MCU. But yeah, what series did post earlier this week? Or was it actually? I think this was on Sunday. Yeah, this was on Sunday.
It was earlier. It was earlier.
Yeah, that's close enough. Yeah. The WGA website has just updated the rest of the titles from season 3 for the Wheel of Time. Obviously, they do put in the disclaimer these might just be placeholders. But they are hoping that the episode titled The Road to the Spear delivers. Now you might understand the name of this week's episode. Because we thought
I literally just understood it. Just now.
Mel, did you not know why I titled the episode The Road to the Spear?
I know now.
To be fair, I didn't actually. I usually like put up a picture of what I think the thumbnail should be and put, hey, how does this? And I did not.
Oh no, you just straight up posted
here's the link.
Today. And I was like, all right, Rob,
yeah. It is particular prescient for a different reason. In that, because Doin bought me a spear for Christmas.
He did.
And I'm trying to figure out logistics for bringing it with me next week.
Oh.
And so I literally am trying to figure out the road to the spear. And I was like, did he read my mind? Like, that's what's on my brain. And I was very busy today, but like in the 15 minutes I had between when I got home and between when I needed to get ready, I was like, how do I make a sheath for this? What can I order to keep this? Like, how do I protect this on an airplane? I don't understand.
Can I give you and other people advice? And this is talking to Black Tower Josh. He brings his like full sword with him. But he has a rifle case. So if you know somebody who has a rifle case that like the spear might be longer, I don't know if you can like partially disassemble it and put it in.
Yeah.
But then there's also then the like it's not a firearm, but it is a weapon, and so there are wickets that you need to go through so you have to talk to your airline, and all that sort of stuff. It's a walking staff.
So I was kind of trying, because I looked at my airline's information about that kind of stuff. And apparently, fencing equipment is allowed. Oh. And so I was going to be like, it's for fencing. That was my idea. To just declare that I am bringing a foil.
Just
I don't think we're going to accept that.
Anyway, I really want to bring it because it's beautiful, and it
is
deserves some love.
Yeah.
But it is 50 inches long, and it does not disassemble.
Yeah,
it is
50 inches long.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
All around. I mean, long. So it does not disassemble. So yeah,
you just keep saying disassemble, and I just keep thinking of Johnny Five from Short Circuit. Not disassemble. Disassemble
that movie.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So yes, I just thought you read my mind, and that's where my brain went when you titled the episode.
That's fair.
And your title is much more relevant to more people than just me. So good job.
I love that.
I think we know by now that I should know that this is not just my show. It's other people's show too.
It's our show.
Even though I never shut up.
You're fine.
None of us ever do.
Let's
do.
talk about the episode title. So what do we have to choose from? We have the race to race the shadow, Golden Eyes, the question of Crimson, He Who Comes with the Dawn, Seeds of Shadow, Talaromriod, the Road to the Spear, and the Shadow in the Night.
Okay.
So we're gonna chat about these and speculate on what is what, like which episode are these in order, date, published on a website. Okay, so that's just the date they'll put out. We don't actually know the sequence. I think they talk about the sequencing.
I can go back to one of their earlier.
So an earlier post put He Who Comes with the Dawn as the first episode, right?
Hold on.
Here it says.
Oh,
you got it.
To race the shadow.
Oh, okay.
Rob's already on top of it.
To be honest, it just kind of followed on. I scrolled down and there it was in the writer's bit.
Oh, that's okay. Go back up.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's like what series knows that we want this information, and they just put all the things in one article.
Okay, so we think Golden Eyes is episode 7 and Teresa's Shadow is episode 1. Is what the current. So are we accepting this premise?
I don't know.
It feels like it makes sense that Golden Eyes would be episode 7.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that. Like your penultimate, season
battle
thing. Yeah.
Is the right, and that goes in the number 7 slot. If you've ever listened to Wheel Takes explanation of the arc of a season, you would know this information.
Yeah.
Clearly that's the Battle of the Two Rivers.
Right, yeah. So I think that's very. I think we need to change the news.
That one's easy.
We're in the main. That's kind of like the news over now. We're in the discussion part.
Well, and I mean that's where Bane and Chiad and Gaul just fuck up a lot of Trollocs and Marjol. I mean that's the point of that episode.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I really got stuck when you just stopped to fuck up.
Foldies, just a reminder. Thank you, Dana. These. Just working titles, or potentially could just be working titles, might not be the final episode titles, but they do give us an indicator of what we probably could expect from the episodes, so the direction of the episodes, because at the end of the day you're not going to name it He Who Comes with the Dawn and then make it about just Matt, for example, because He Who Comes with the Dawn is obviously a very Rand focused title.
Just be about Matt, that's fine. I'm fine with Matt coming with the Dawn.
So, Foldies, we're going to need your suggestions here.
Matt does come at dawn. He comes at sunset. He comes at lunch.
Dinner.
Whenever
11 Z's.
I mean, Rand's the only one that comes at dawn. So.
Winterslade suggests... Which one is this?
He Who Comes with the Dawn.
He Who Comes with the Dawn.
Oh yeah, He Who Comes with the Dawn. Sorry,
Rob.
for some reason. Jesus Christ.
Rob.
It's 2:47 in the morning. Okay,
You're amazing. You're amazing.
Sounds like the finale. How do we feel about He Who Comes to the Dawn being the finale? That's what Winter Lady is saying.
I think that works. I think
Yeah.
Malkier Doll, that being the finale, works. We know that Couladin has been cast, probably. So
Right.
I almost wish that weren't the last episode, because I want a little bit more. But it could, I mean, they could work in a lot of conflict into that, leading into season 5.
But,
I mean, it
Right.
would be a
But
good
that's
transition.
where-
Season 4. Book 5.
where-
Season 4.
Book 4 ends at that. So like not just the He Who Comes to the Dawn, but because there's multiple instances of where Rand comes, like he's the one that comes at dawn, and it's just happenstance versus what Couladin does is like force the legend. And so again, like Rand does it multiple times, like just happenstance. Like, anyways, but also the declaring of it. And again, this is why season 3 is the Aiel season. Is because like it is going to be all about that. Like they're going to, like, my personal belief is they're going to drop so many Easter eggs about this whole He Who Comes to the Dawn. And if there's a, like, even if it's not actually the title out there, that means that they're going to lean very deeply into that lore. And I'm really enjoying it. So like the whole He Who Comes to the
I feel like I need my notebook out so I can actually like write these down as we're working on it. So we are.
You know what, Rob? It would be great if we could record this live where you could watch it later and then take notes later.
No. I mean, not take notes. Like,
No, like
write down
notes
like,
for
episode 1,
us so that we know what we said later in this episode.
Yeah.
Because
so while
we
we're
are
like,
gonna
wait,
forget.
so what is episode 4?
I can do that. I can do that. I'm a good note taker. Tell me to take notes and I'll take notes. So wait, what am I taking notes about?
Okay. So we've got lots of shadow, right? We got 3 shadows. Is that right? We got the Race to Shadow, Seeds of Shadow, and the Shadow in the Night or something.
To Race
the Shadow in the Night. So shadow,
and the Shadow in the Night. Yes. So they can't all be. They've got to be spread out.
So I like the idea of the race to race the shadow being all of them racing off to their new locations to, get on the next step to, chase the Black Raja to, all of that.
Episode 2, because isn't it confirmed that episode 1 is called something different?
No,
Rob, do you mind scrolling down?
Isn't To Race the Shadow episode 1?
To Race the Shadow episode 1.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, actually, that's perfect. I'm glad, because otherwise I feel like the pacing would be really weird.
So yeah. So the idea of like all of them on, this idea that like maybe there's one group on Seafolk ships and one group's on Bail Doman ship, and they're going in whatever direction to go. Someone's going to the Threefold Land and someone's going to Tanchico, and they're all like on these fast moving ships like racing across the ocean. So I like the idea of like the keeping the urgency up now that Rand has been publicly declared, right? Like he's got this target on his back and that urgency. And maybe we can skip the whole Rand running away and being mopey and sad thing, because we did that in season 2. We don't need to do that again. So we can just like push through.
Yes.
Push on.
So book 4 starts. They're in because
they're in the
not had Stone of Tear.
They're in the stone already. Yeah.
So do you feel like we're gonna kick it off at Farm where they're like hanging around the city, and then they decide to go from there? Okay, cool.
I'm wondering because there's a hypothetical name called Teleron Riod. And so we've seen a little bit of Rand and Egwene touching, as the Forsaken obviously are like manipulating Teleron Riod, but but we've seen Rand and Egwene in it together. We think. I mean, that's the only way it works, right? But in the books, like the Power Girls go back to Tarvalon. We've seen that Shariam is not in season 3. They've made a choice, so maybe they don't go back. But Varen.
But they did also talk about the accepted room being an important season 2 and season 3 thing.
Yeah, so
it's very confusing and I don't understand and I love every minute of it. I'm just going to keep saying that.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they... Maybe they used in the Teleron Route, whatever episode is Teleron Route, maybe it's sort of like they use it there.
Well, and I think there's two ways. There's 2 ways it can manifest. It'll be Perrin really starting to get into the wolf dream and simultaneously Egwene starting to learn about it. And so I think that'll be a Perrin and Egwene episode that is going to very much focus on those 2 characters.
Okay. I would love it if that was also when Egwene meets Amis in the dream world. Like,
which would mean it would, if it's going to manifest, so that would mean
that would have to be quite early then, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Like, I'm kind of feeling episode 2-ish.
Teleron Riyadh would need to be episode 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they could establish enough in episode 1, set the scene, send people on their way, and then they're either still on their way in episode 2 or they're at their new place, but they're like readjusting, right? They're readjusting to where they are. Maybe Perrin's already made it back to the 2 rivers. Maybe Egwene's made it to wherever Egwene's going to be.
Perrin meets up with Elias somehow because Elias starts talking to him about... Well, and with the unfortunate, like, R.I.P. Hopper still one of the most devastating.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. I mean, do you think in the world of the show that Perrin would want to reconnect with Elias at all? I don't know that he would.
No, I don't think he would either.
Because it was a pretty clean break, you know, and a pretty justified break. I think. Like the ideal is like the perception of how to use these extra skills they have diverged very completely at the end there, and I don't see how they reconnect them, but I guess it's possible.
I'm just looking up, do we expect to see him in season 3 much? 1 second, scrolling through.
But that would be a good indicator.
Yeah.
Well, because in the books, Perrin uses, like, Hopper's the one in the dreams, but it's I'm wondering how that would translate to on screen. And maybe Hopper is much more active, but again, they've already showed like the visions, which is amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
That the Wolf brothers, the Wolf can see when they're communicating with the wolves, the visions that are getting passed back and forth. So the next step is Hopper is going to, and that wolf is an amazing actor. So
you know it'd be really cool and kind of crazy is if Perrin has an echo of like his season 1 nightmares, and you think at first that he's in like another nightmare, but then then in that nightmare, like Hopper comes in and reveals himself, and then like
I mean, there was a wolf in one of them, wasn't there? So that's quite
yeah, exactly. Who was like they were doing bad things to.
So I'm looking through.
They were gnawing on things, but they were there. Like, and you think it's nefarious, but like they just might be there gnawing it, but they're also a protector.
Yeah. I've just looked.
They were eating his wife.
I've just looked through a previous What Series post about returning cast, and Elias is not mentioned in anything here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, and Gary, is it Gary? Gary.
Yeah, Gary something.
Gary Oldman, I think, not mentioned.
No, not Gary Oldman.
No, Gary Oldman. Sorry, totally wrong there.
Not him.
Gary Oldman is
Sirius Black.
Severus. Sirius, yes, Sirius.
Yes.
Severus.
Yeah.
The other S in Harry Potter.
Okay, what other titles do we want to talk about?
Do we have a spot for? Okay, we can just talk about these in general. Yeah,
We're
fair enough.
thinking Teleran Riyadh is number 2.
We're thinking Teleran Riyadh is number 2. Okay.
Yeah.
And so yeah, because I think the room can feature just to go with this. We made this point on 3-wheeling, but you don't need to go to. We don't go to the tower in season 3. We don't need to go to the tower in season 3 because you can still have the coup in the tower and that, but you have it in Kyrian because you're set up in Kyrian with Loghain already there. You know, not Moraine. Swan is there. Leigh-A is there. You know, like you could have all of that. And
Leandrin, there's still a lot of dark sisters there.
There's a lot of
completely, but the accepted test question mark is still
yeah. So I think it throws into having that be.
Well, but I wonder if the accepted test is kind of like maybe it's not directly the accepted test. It's Nynaeve.
Just the room. Yeah, I think it's just the room.
The impact that Nynaeve had of being the accepted, and so maybe Elaine and Egwene remain novices, which actually kind of escalates. Like if it follows through, like it makes them choosing Egwene as the Amerlin seat later. Like
yeah. Go, Mel.
Sorry. I was going to answer Oliver's question. How does Min get to Tanchico?
Okay.
I think that Min ends up connecting with Varen, and Varen ends up traveling in that direction to one of the groups of people. That's my theory.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
All right, so we're having...
Or Min ends up staying with Swan and Lyanna, and they just skip to that whole thing.
Fair enough. So we got Race the Shadows 1, obviously. We're going Teleron Red 2. I think we need a Shadow episode for episode 3.
I think so too. I think it's an establishing Tanchico episode. Right?
Well, and just everywhere. Like the Shadow is everywhere. I think that introduces you to a lot of dark friends.
Seeds makes more sense because it's like early. So Seeds make sense as an earlier title more than The Shadow in the Night.
Yeah.
So what do we? I think
Shadow in the Night is probably the last one.
I think maybe Sarah's comment about episode titles not being completely final makes a lot of sense here because it doesn't seem to make sense for them to use the word shadow in 3 different episodes.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sure then.
They'll totally be more creative. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Shadow in the Night would probably be the last one because it's the ominous, like leading into the season it's 4 that we're all hesitating for.
No, but if we back it up, we already have He Who Comes with the Dawn as a finale, and then Golden Eyes, and then The Shadow in the Night. Could be.
I thought He Who Comes with the Dawn was the second to last.
No, that's already.
Golden Eyes is second to last.
Is already Golden Eyes.
Oh shit. Well, never mind.
So we just talked about He Who Comes with the Dawn being the end.
Yeah. So
I need this written down because I can't keep track.
This is why we said about notes, Leia. That is exactly why we said notes. So we could write.
And I stopped taking notes.
Good job. I took notes. So, yeah.
I'm
so
glad you knew that I would absolutely not take notes. And I said I was taking notes, and you just said it anyway. It's like,
amazing, totally all of us. We're so good at this. Okay. Yeah. So, all right.
Are we going Seeds of Shadow for episode 3?
I think so.
Okay.
We could even, I think we could flip-flop Seeds of Shadow and Teleran Riyadh. But I like those placements of where they are.
Yeah. Those two kind of work well. Now, Meg, if she's still in chat, Meg made this point when we recorded, I think when we did episode 2. When we talked about when we talked about this on episode 3, actually, sorry. She reckons that He Who Comes to the Dawn, The Road to the Spear is episode 4. Now, her reason for this, Road to Spear there, folks. The reason for this, if you look, Wraith wrote episode 4. Now we know Wraith is a huge Aiel fan. Do you see him writing an episode for season 3 and not saying, I want the glass column episode. Because I think the road to the spear is the glass columns. Just running on that assumption straight away, by the way. Does anyone want to question that?
I do not want to question that. I agree with that 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and also, I'm just really glad that we're thinking they're including it, especially because they're not doing the Origins cartoons, because when they had the license to do the Origins cartoons, I feel like that would have been a good place to, if you weren't doing it immediately in the show, and also probably saving a lot of money by not having
scroll
to do
back down to the author list for me one more time. How much do I want Rami to have written that episode, though?
I know Rami. Oh, that's a good point. What is Rami going to write? Rami's got to write something that's going to kill us.
That's why I'm thinking she has to write The Road to the Spear.
So I have a question.
That's what I'm saying.
So is it confirmed that those writers are the writers of those particular episodes?
Yes.
Yeah, that's on WGA. So the author credits are already.
So we know who wrote the episodes. We just don't know what the titles are. All right. So we don't know. So we're saying last columns. Actually, it kind of makes sense.
It's a bit late for glass columns, though, isn't it? If you're also going to do He Who Comes.
That is
I don't think so. I don't think so, because I think you could fit in Cold Rock's Hold and Malkier Doll in one episode.
Right.
I think you could fit them both.
But then interesting. And then the Golden Eyes is focused on mostly on the Two Rivers.
Mostly on Parrot and a little bit of them traveling to
Cold Rock's Hold. But a little bit of them moving to Malkier Doll. And then Malkier Doll is He Who Comes, so the whole okay, interesting. Okay,
I really want I'm sorry, I love Rafe, but I really want Rami to write The Road to the Spear, so I want to put it at episode 6. So
okay,
that's like my entire logic for why I want it, because I want Rami to have written it.
So potentially we could, Rafe has to write one of the IEL heavy episodes, surely,
because I feel like episode, I don't know, but you need that mid-season finale thing too, so there's also that playing into it.
Yeah, you need the glass columns is a big reveal. You could have maybe oh god, this is tough, isn't it? How you need to bring it in a
I mean, it does make a lot of sense as a mid-season finale too.
Yeah,
but I really want Rami to.
Because then you can.
Okay,
you can
I take out my love of Rami. Let's give it to Ray.
There's only 8 episodes, there is no such thing as a mid-season finale. So
there absolutely is, but they definitely follow that arc, though, for sure. They do.
They
so episode 4 is
climax, but it's
that mid-season climax. That makes more sense. So give it to Rafe.
What are we doing? The Road to the Spear, yeah?
Yeah, that's number 4. So we've got read it to us again.
So we have To Race the Shadow, El Romriad, Seeds of Shadow, The Road to the Spear, blank blank Golden Eyes, He Who Comes to the Dawn. So the last 2 we have is A Question of Crimson and The Shadow in the Night. I want to say, after you've had that sort of mid-season sort of crush, I think you want to throw in the Shadow in the Night after that.
Ooh, I was gonna go the other way.
Because that sounds
I was gonna go in the opposite direction. I kind of wanted you have the story of the AEL, and then you pop back into the Tanchico girls in the circus, right? Because A Question of Crimson is
also, I think
also
chapter, right?
No,
I'm pretty sure
is this circus?
Yeah,
no.
I'm pretty sure.
There's no circus stuff to look for.
The circus is way later, so they will.
But the chapter title is from A Fires of Heaven, and it's a circus chapter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but
Interesting.
I don't see how you can have a circus chapter or a circus episode already.
Unless they're pulling it way early and they're like, obviously they're bypassing tier, the whole thing of tier. So
I honestly think
they're
tier
going
is going to come
post-tier.
way later.
I thought a question of Crimson was like a Red Aja thing and Elida.
No, it's a chapter 33 of Fires in Heaven.
I get that.
It's a circus
No. I wasn't saying the book. I was saying like I think that this is misdirection.
Might be a red herring.
Crimson thing means Red Aja.
Might be a red herring. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Is that it?
Because like it's saying in chat, like they've used book chapter titles as episode titles, and those episodes don't match what the chapter in the book was about.
Sure, yeah, sure.
So yeah,
that's good.
And A Question of Crimson is very much like if you didn't tie it to the book chapter, could be the Tower Uprising in Kyrian, possibly.
Yeah. I just like the Reds questioning whether Swan is fit to be Amelin anymore. Like I just see that.
Oh, like you mean it could be an Elida episode.
Yeah, I think this is an Elida episode. I think that this is the episode where Swan gets the boots. So I think
like that.
The Shadow and the Night, kind of like you've hit this like crescendo of he who comes.
And this is where Shoray comes in and she just like takes off her hood.
Yeah.
In a very dramatic fashion.
Yeah, and then like you kind of like rebuild the tempo with the Shadow of the Night, and then you would have the tempo pick up by you kicking Swan out of the tower, and then the tempo picks up even more because Golden Eyes and all that battle, and then you finish with He Who Comes from the Dawn. Like the tempo just sort of rebuilds back up for episode 8.
Okay, so this reinforces the potential for my Rami writes The Road to the Spear, because then the Tower Coup could be the mid-season.
So Question of Crimson could be
so we could
4.
Give that to Rafe, who also really loves the Aes Sedai.
Could we do a poll? Is there a poll we could do?
We can do a poll.
Yeah.
Okay. Start a poll.
Which episode does Rafe get? Question of Crimson, Tower Coup.
Or do you want like Mel? You really want Rami to have an episode? So
I mean, Rami could also write a Question of Crimson. She could also break our hearts there too, for sure.
Yes,
I mean, she could write one, but
let's give. You know what? Fuck Rafe. I love him, but let's
I've already got it typed.
We want Rami to write because Rafe can obviously take lead on whatever he wants. So let's ask what we think Rami would want. Because like let's just focus on her. Because again, like Rafe,
what would Rami excel at?
Which episode does Rami write? The Road to the Spear or A Question of Crimson?
Yeah.
All right.
If we assume A Question of Crimson is the Tower Coup.
Yes. Tower.
In Twitter of Chaos and Rafe, when you read this, like obviously just trying to give other people credit and like focus on other people.
Listen, like everybody has their like style, and everyone has their skill sets, and it's like, are we going to forever associate Rami with writing the episode that's going to break our hearts? So we kind of have to like decide which one is going to break our hearts more, right? And clearly for us, it would be The Road to the Spear. But for some people, and maybe even including Rafe, because he also loves the Aes Sedai a lot, he would want Rami to break our hearts with A Question of Crimson.
No, McGarden put the point specifically. Rafe has said that Elida is his favorite character.
All right. Mel, also remind us which episodes Rami has been Spear Point or the Pinnacle primary person on.
Oh, I only remember
episode 6 of season 2. That's it.
Yeah, season 2, episode 6.
Which was was that the
Egwene?
Yeah.
Egwene.
In season 1, Rami helped write the.
She was
all the origins.
Write the origins. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Rami wrote for season 1, and was supported writer for the others.
Yeah.
Meg's like, neither should be an option in that poll. No, you have to pick one or the other. So.
Sorry, Meg.
Yeah.
We do in absolutes here on Threefold Talk. Everything.
Yeah.
You know what, Meg
is
on
committed
your
to in stone forever.
On your podcast, you can talk about this.
Yeah.
This is our choice for our.
Out there, it's your time. In here, it's our time.
Love you, Meg.
Meg, you'll have to we have to get you and Jen to hop on at some point, and the two of them. The two of them are hilarious. I love talking to Meg and Jen.
They're amazing.
Yeah, because they're sisters, folks. So there's that sisterly dynamic is just absolutely hilarious.
Like you saw last week with me and my first sister.
Indeed. Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty great. We were laughing a lot about you and your sister being sisters at each other.
Yeah. Okay, so we're still debating that. Currently, it is 50-50. So no pressure, folks. You need to get voting in the YouTube chat. If you're not, if you're like, wait, how do I vote on this? You're watching on Twitter, because there are a number of folks watching on Twitter. You need to hop over and watch us on YouTube, and then you can vote in this poll. So, but come over, join
the chat.
Join the chat.
They're having a very deep discussion in there.
Yes,
and you're missing it.
Very deep.
But yeah.
They go deep. They go deep. They go hard.
Boldies go deep.
And hard.
And almost buttery.
Almost buttery. My camera is just not loving me. Okay.
But anyway.
I'm going to give it a couple minutes.
We've mostly got our lineup, right?
Okay, what else? What we got left?
What we got left? So we've just got...
so we got to figure out what the Shadow in the Night is, right?
Yeah, the Shadow in the Night. Yes.
So we're assuming it's between A Question of Crimson and The Road to the Spear. So what's the Shadow in the Night?
That basically just leaves us one spot, right? So by process of elimination, there's only one spot for it.
Right? But we're just trying to figure out what that episode would be about.
Yes, correct.
What it would be about. Okay, so not the location, but
it's the 5th episode. But what is it about?
I think the Shadow of the Night is another reason why I think it would be good at the 5th spot. I think it builds for the Battle of the Two Rivers. Like preliminary, like setting up, just like testing those little testing battles, and Perrin having to be in charge, and
I forgot we have to figure out where Perrin discovers his family's all been murdered.
The White Cloaks being the White Cloaks. Yeah, I think the Shadow in the Night could be a thing. Like maybe he wakes up one morning and be like, oh yeah, all the villages were attacked.
That's a heartbreaker too.
Yeah.
So many heartbreakers.
Mm-hmm.
I also kind of would love.
Elfwitch says the Shadow of the Night is Slayer, which would also fit with what I've just said.
Ooh.
Interesting. Yeah. I kind of really, really want a little bit. I mean, we got a lot of it in season 2 with just Lanfear and the Dark One, but I really want a chosen meetup to happen in one episode.
I actually, So you're saying exactly what I was thinking. I think this is exactly where Moghedien really starts, you just start seeing her doing her thing, weaving her webs, and we know Moghedien's there. So, and she's probably and I think she's going to be there in the Teleron Riyadh episode. So she's going to be there earlier, but then Shadow of the Night is where Moghedien is doing her fucking thing. So she's going to be doing terrifying things. This might be the Moghedien episode.
I mean, could be. Maybe
Possibly.
that's I don't know. It could be interesting. Yeah, Slayer's not a bad bet. I don't think that's terrible. Let's end the poll.
Slayer,
we have a clear winner in the poll now, by the way.
Oh.
So I'm ending that. The Foldies have voted 61 to 38 because YouTube has great math. That Rami writes The Road to the Spear. So
I
based
really like
on
that the Foldies understood their assignment. Good job.
So that makes The Road to the Spear episode 6.
Yeah.
Which would make A Question of Crimson episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ooh, which is perfect because that puts the
mid-season
Muggedian episode before. Yes.
yes. Oh, it does.
And that those last 3 episodes, bangers. Just kick them out of it's gonna be so good.
Which means, just to make sure I get the episode titles right, it is The Shadow in the Night.
Yeah.
As episode 5. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So the Tower Coup is now our mid-season hanger, a mid-season thing, and then Shadow of the Night rebuilds the Road to the Spear, big reveal, GoldenEye's massive battle, He Who Comes with the Dawn, Rand fighting Asmodean, or however they choose to put that out. And do you know what? Yeah, I think I like that actually.
Okay, so go through the list.
We're gonna have to put this list somewhere. Okay, so we have. I feel like I need a better way to represent this than this random terrible page of notes I've got in front of me.
No, actually, just
okay.
you and your face in the notes, like straight up, like right on screen. That's it.
What, like this?
Yes, exactly.
So we have To Race the Shadow, Tellerumriod, Seas of Shadow, A Question of Crimson, The Shadow in the Night, The Road to the Spear, which obviously I wrote out,
Tourette's,
Golden Eyes, and He Who Comes with the Dawn. So yeah, there we go. That sounds Welsh. Yeah, and the Welsh episode right at the end. Yeah. That does actually look Welsh. There are words in Welsh that do not contain vowels, so that looks very Welsh. Okay.
It's the Welsh episode.
That's
when Beldon comes back because he's Welsh.
This is true. Okay. I feel like we're gonna have to post this out on our Twitter account and make it like a ballsy thing. Like, we've made a prediction. Chat has helped us vote, which we appreciate.
Staking our claim. What do you think?
Yes.
This is what Threeville Talking the Foldies doth declare.
How close do you think our predictions are for episode title sequence? And I'm gonna put so obviously 100% right. Should I just put 75 to 99?
And
then we'll add more options.
We could give squishy words, like 100% means we're 100% accurate. That's obviously, and then Isle worthy and then Wetlander worthy are the other two.
So 100%. Okay.
Isle worthy, Wetlander worthy.
Isle worthy guess. Wetlander guess.
Oh, and let's double
dare Sarah to reply. And the last option can be do you even what? Okay.
Love it. So good. So good.
All right. You got to get voting on that, folks. While you're voting on that, Leigh-A, why don't you give us some stabby affirmations? Because of how it linked into the news, we skipped that and went straight to the discussion, but we still want to do our stabby affirmations. So tell us what we got, Leigh-A. Give us a little random pick out.
Go deep on this one.
3. We like it deep.
So it says,
zoom in, go.
I was created for fucking greatness.
Yes.
I do like fucking greatness. Like Matt.
I mean, it's pretty great when you can, do that. So
He is great.
And in chat, tell us, and in the comments also, please, how you were created for fucking greatness.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great way to do it. And folks, if you are watching back later,
because I'm
obviously
very flexible.
you can't vote in these polls because they are a live chat feature on it. But I would love, if you're watching back later, if you would comment on the video. If you agree with where we put them, I will pin a comment when the show ends of this is where I'll put a spoiler bar on it or something like that. So we don't open, like I'll put some dots so you can like see the top and be like, don't open if you want to, watch and then guess. But like, this is what we picked out as our episode sequence. And, you can agree, disagree, tell us what you think. I think this episode's about this instead, for example, and go from there. But we seem to be doing pretty well.
Rob, how were you created for fucking greatness?
Because I was created for greatness because I found my way from the wetlands to Purple Rock's hold without dying, and then convinced the incredible, amazing, super talented, and very much badass Aiel there that I should be able to come and visit them regularly and hang out and get to learn all the ways of the Aiel that they feel comfortable sharing with me.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Mel, how were you created for fucking greatness?
I already said I'm really flexible.
Okay. That's a thing you could. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, you can fuck all sorts of greatness.
Leigh-A, how were you created for fucking greatness?
I'm always going to know who I am and stand up for that, which means I'm going to stand up for other people.
Love that.
To the detriment of my personal life and my professional life. So.
Nothing wrong with standing up for people. I love that. All right. The poll in chat says we are 75% Aiel worthy guess. Nobody put their money where their mouth was and bet that we are 100% correct. So, Foldies, just a little smidge of toe there.
Because Aiel worthy is better than 100%, and the Foldies know it.
True.
I love that. All right. So, when we finish up, we will get that post out. Patrick's, yes, this is a Sharpie, Patrick. Coincidentally, this Sharpie, I can't remember where this Sharpie came from, but it was, so I used to do birthday pub crawls pre-COVID. Obviously, COVID kind of put that on hold, and then I decided to go to Atlanta for my birthday instead. So pub crawls just never happened again. But we had a selection of Sharpies because we would take something around with us on the pub crawl, and we would get someone from each pub to sign said object. So I have a few objects that have a bunch of signatures on from different pubs around London. So that's why I have a random Sharpie. Object. Well, no, I have an American football helmet. I have a basketball. I have a Monopoly board, and then I have the Monopoly cards from 2 different years. Because we did.
And the Monopoly board was from JordanCon.
No. The actual.
Monopoly you've got a different. God damn it!
I have 2 Monopoly boards.
Yeah, I have got 2.
Yeah, because one of them comes from before. They all come pre-COVID. Yeah. So so folks, comment below with what you think the episodes might be if you disagree with what we think they are, and comment below whether you agree or disagree and how so with the sequence that we've put them in. We will post that on Twitter. We will double dog Sarah to agree or disagree or reply in any way whatsoever, and we'll see what happens, and we'll pin it for posterity, we'll bookmark it, whatever it is, and then we'll come back when the episodes get released, and then see how right and wrong we were. I think that would be a fun episode to actually review. Like, this is what we said, and this is actually what happened.
With full input. It's not just us, it's all of us.
Absolutely.
All of us.
Right, I think that about wraps us up for this week. Go, Mel.
Yeah, one last thing is that we are planning to do a live show at JordanCon. We just don't have the time settled yet. So just
Yes.
FYI that is happening, and we'll put it in our Discord and put it on our Twitter page.
And we have a very special guest. We're not
Dude, what our whole we need to hold on that for a second. Not because of the guest, but because of logistics.
The time.
No, not because of the time. Not because of the time. There's other logistics. Okay. So, yeah. But there will be an announcement when.
Yes,
yeah.
we will announce. We will announce and we will let you know.
So, as always, we're very organized. We know exactly what's going on. We're totally planned for everything.
To be a foldie, you must be able to. Yes. So, yeah. I think
embrace
that's about
the
it.
pain.
Embrace the pain.
Unknown.
But yeah, have a great time at JordanCon. Find the hosts and keep an eye out.
So
on
there
socials.
will not be an episode next week, right?
Yes, there will not be an episode next Thursday. And the Thursday after is also dubious. It depends how everyone's feeling. So there'll be no episode on the 18th, maybe not one on the 25th. So you might not see us in this sort of setup until May, potentially. But definitely not on the 18th. You can all take a week off from that and wait for the live episode at the weekend, which will happen. I'm still pinning details, and I don't want to give away details until it's actually.
Because this is all the behind the scenes that you guys don't get to see. Is we're just like, yeah, it's gonna work, right? Cool. Okay. Yes, we got it.
All right. Okay, that's it. So see y'all next time, folks. And until then, go out and find yourself lots of love, water, and shade. Bye.
Bye.